All right, guys, welcome to the session. I will be the instructor of the training, and we are going to learn the SOC fundamentals plus few more stuff on the practical side. We are going to start with some basics, like the topic is called as computer networks. Yeah, the computer networks, followed by basics of security. And once we are done with the complete basics, we are going to deep down inside SIEM, practical. And later, EDR. This would be our approach. And at the end, it would be revision plus interview question setup. This would be our approach for learning. In the computer networks, we are going to see the basics regarding what is a network, what is the IP, sort of things that we require to protect from home cyber threat, as we all are here together. In the security, we are going to deep down in MITRE attack, IOC, different types of attacks like brute force attack, phishing, DDoS attack, etc., web-based attacks. The components that are allowed and used to protect, like firewall, like IDS, IPS, DLP, load balancer. What are the different technologies that are being used? And later on, our main agenda that very easily we can learn these things after knowing the basics, SIEM and EDR. In the SIEM, we are going to deep down onto the Azure Sentinel. That is the cloud native SIEM from Microsoft. Along with it, QRadar and some gimmicks. In the EDR, we have CrowdStrike. The leader space plus we can see one of session of SOC. So these are the tools that would be making you industry ready or the job ready if you had those particular tools as a part of your skills in your resume. So you will be getting more interviews. So these things we are going to learn in the part of our day-to-day operations. How incidents are created. For example, in my Sentinel, I can show you what particular things we have. So we have our own Sentinel. Let me show you. This is how your Sentinel looks like. We are going to utilize the KQL for learning and using the logs. So KQL is a custom query language. So we can write here any sort of thing like security event, multiple tabs where event ID, we want to check all the failures equals to 4625. The last 24 hours, if there any failure or like a successful login, there will be multiple for. This is how the data would be shown up. You have around 271 logs of the successful one. So how do we utilize, how do we search, what is the table database on the Sentinel? We are going to call. And incidents management. So we are going to simulate one of the attack and an incident will be created. So in the last 24 hours, there are no incidents. I will select last 7 days. So I'm going to get multiple incidents. Plus, I'm going to select closed one also. Total of 3 incidents we have there here for things. You have the incident name, multiple things on the right hand side. You can click on view full details. You'll see how do we analyze complete incident, how do we write a comment, how do we change the status, the severity, the owners, sort of things. How do we go and analyze the incidents, how the events would be looking like, what is an alert, what is an event, how the logs are attached to the particular case. How do we write a use case on the Sentinel as well as on computer and multiple products that we are going to check. This is how things will be there inside the Sentinel. So the rule says brute force detected because there were multiple different types of failure accounts. So basic rule got triggered and it got as an incident. If a failure is done, we need to analyze every task, every step that is being given to us as a part of the analysis. Multiple different things we have. In the analytics, we write the rules that we want to create. So I have written 3 active rules. 1 is disabled. So total of 4 rules are there, out of which 3 are active. If I make it enabled, it will also become active. Now it is enabled, and this will now become 4. I don't require this rule, so I'm again going to disable. So we are going to see how do we manage the rules. What are the conditions through which we write the rule? For example, if you check this particular one, you're going to get a logic of the rule of how do we write the KQL. So we require KQL for knowing. We're going to analyze the KQL settings, automated response, and we are going to review and then create the. So it should be validated by the Sentinel and it should be used. Similarly, different tools that we do require. This will be our typical flow of how the things will be looking like. Multiple different types of Sentinel, workbooks that are part of the dashboarding. So MITRE ATT&CK. MITRE ATT&CK is one of the most important questions that would be asked in the interviews. Like, how are the techniques? So these are the techniques. Recon is a technique. Resource development is a technique. Initial access is a technique. So there are 14 techniques. Every technique has multiple techniques. Active scanning, gather victim host information, gather victim identity information, gather victim network information. These are the different types of reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is information gathering. If I want to attack anyone, I require a lot of information of the at what time the attacker sits, where he is traveling, what type of mobile phone he is using, and number of things. Similarly, if any cyber attacker wants to target our organization, they would be gathering a lot of digital information like what are the host information of the victim, what are the identity, what is the username, what is the email ID, what are the IP address. So how do we write use cases which would allow us to detect the attack on the early stages? So on the left, right, the attack starts from reconnaissance till the impact. So if you go and at the scroll at the end, and if you go to the right, the last tactic on the MITRE ATT&CK is called as impact. So now you see there are numbers written here because I have certain rules which can detect brute force. 6 use cases. But there is no one in the white area. So you see white is none, low, medium, and high. Our goal is to fill out all these things from none to low, from low to medium, from medium to high. So this should be our approach. The things we need to know. See all these things properly. So at what level we are doing this? We will be installing few of the log sources. For example, I am collecting logs from multiple things. For example, 2 machines as of now I'm collecting via a legacy agent. You click on this. So how do we collect the logs? So as of now, 2 Windows computers are connected with my device. Those 2 devices are sharing the logs. So how do we bring the logs? How do we analyze the logs? How do we write the rules? How do we create the incident? And how do we investigate the incident? This is how a complete cycle will be created. So multiple things, not just Windows. Linux I have not connected, but we are going to see how do we connect the Linux logs and connect with the Sentinel. So everything we can take. Similarly, we are going to see on Splunk. Maybe I may have Splunk access. Let me check. Okay. I am just searching just to give me a minute. Give you one of the context. Yeah. So here it is. Maybe the account is having any issues. Let me check one more time. But typically, this is what your Splunk dashboard would be looking like. We can take the trial of the Splunk cloud, and we are going to see some more stuff here itself on the engineering side. My account ID has been expired. Let me leave it for the day. But the point is, Splunk, Purda, and every production tools we are having to show you how the things would be looking in the actual world. We are going to see and integrate multiple things. Even threat intelligence we are going to integrate. So we have the information in the real time, and we have the lab solution from Sentinel itself. That would be a real time. For example, if I show you lab, so Microsoft Sentinel lab solution. It is offered by Microsoft itself for practicing the data onto your Azure Sentinel. You can just go ahead and create. You'll see when we are starting the trading, we are going to get multiple sample logs, the industry-ready production logs that are actually containing the malicious information for us to practice. Security events, sign-in logs, office activity, all these things we are going to get, and we can practice. Along with it, one more link of Microsoft we provided for you guys to practice the KQL. That is a free of cost from Microsoft itself. So I'm going to teach you KQL because that would be asked like whether the query language or not. That is up to us. In the interview, we are asking the query language. Whether do you know any sort of query language? For example, Splunk uses SPL, Microsoft uses KQL. So at least one of the language for searching and sorting the data is expected as a part of the SOC area. So this is needed on the complete basis. Yeah. So these are the topics that we are going to cover, and certain things would be provided, like interview questions, resume review, sample resume, so that you are good with your journey. And any doubt questions you guys have, you may ask. Questions anyone is having, let me. As it is a demo session, we are going to start the new batch and complete it end to end from networks till your resume is prepared. How can I get an entry-level job of SOC Analyst or any other cybersecurity position? Yes. So any entry-level position requires some basics to be covered. Like they would expect you to work on alerts, investigation, security, and network concept should be clear. All these things would be taught in the particular session. And as you have the particular information in your practical, like the SIEM you're adding, the EDR products you are adding, this would be giving you an advantage to get an entry-level job. Okay. Course work for SIM admin. Yeah, so multiple concepts of SIM admin would be covered in this particular section, like how do we collect the logs, how do we investigate, sort of things. So yeah, L1, L2 things are covered here in the particular session. So yeah, any other queries, any other questions from the side of technicals? Let me know.
Guys, like if you have any questions, you can ask.
Yeah, so you can opt for CCNA to know complete networking if you want to become network security sort of thing. But typically, whatever networking is required for us to get sorted as a part of the SOC journey, we are going to cover in the part of the computer network. So this you can assure. So even we are going to take the topics that we require from the computer networks as a part of the basics here. Yes, anyone trying to speak anything, let me know.
Yeah, hi Shubham.
Yeah,
So if this course will work for L2 level also, like
yeah,
use case fine tuning, and you said rules, right? Rules
yes,
and use cases, are they both same?
so
Rules and use cases.
definitely. Just a second. Have overview of what we are going to take. So yeah, from the L2 side, we are going to see the use case creation. So we are going to take logs
Even
like rules
you are
here.
not audible clearly. Your voice
Again,
is
it is the
breaking.
issue. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, let me know now if it is should be fine.
Yes, yes, it's
Yeah.
clear now. Can
Yeah. So from the L2 perspective, yes, we are going to do the use case creation with the help of analytics. So we are going to write manual rules that we have created here. Along with it, we are going to find the gaps that are found here. So detection engineering gaps would be shown up here. So this would be covered for you to get started. So that is
So will you cover the all type of alerts that trigger on
yeah,
based on
the one
attacks?
which we require on the day-to-day basis that would be covered. So at least 4 to 5 alerts minimum. I'm going to simulate for you guys on how to go and have investigation on different types of alerts that we see regular basis, phishing, brute force, um, sort of thing, DDoS
DDoS,
attacks like that. Yeah,
critical travel. Will
yeah, definitely any web attack like XSS injection, SQL injection like that.
okay, okay.
So, are we, means in the starting, are we going to do with this networking concepts of basics of networking, which is required for this cyber security analyst or
Yes.
SOC analyst?
Yes. So whatever is required as a part of the L1, L2 analyst that we are going to
Okay.
cover.
Yeah, because I am getting confused. Many people are suggesting this, that. So,
Yeah.
some
So
people are saying that you need to be very good in networking, then only you can go for SOC analyst, something like this.
Yeah, not very good. You are not becoming network engineer, but yes,
Yes.
you require knowledge of networking. That is for sure. So that we are going to take care. So our topic would be starting with the computer network itself, followed
Okay.
by the security, and followed by the tools that we want to master.
So, okay, which is necessary for this SOC analyst or any entry level cybersecurity position. So we are covering this, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? No. Open source tools for the SIEM and EDR not required. If you are adding Sentinel, which is the leader, and even if you apply for open source tool job, they would still consider, because this is the top level as a part of the offering. Even if you check Gartner guide, and if you check which are the leaders inside the SIEM, okay, you open the image. Yeah, okay. For virus total MS server, exactly, that is not an issue. Even we'll go for abuse IPDB, that was part of the game. Like, for example, any malicious IP is detected, everything we can check it. So this IP was reported 271 times, and if those are found in the logs, what are we going to investigate? So malicious IP and everything we are going to do. Yeah. MX toolbox, virus total, abuse IP, browser link, and there are few more stuffs that I'm going to take care of. Yeah. Pleasure. Yeah. Anyone else? Any other question? Yeah, so actually all the concepts that we are going to take is again present in the part of the brochure that we have. And so it starts from the overview of cybersecurity, CIA triad, and few things that we require for the cases, and all the network security, application security, different types of domains that are part of the cybersecurity, the tools and technologies that we